Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're having a great Sunday. All right, we're gonna take it back with this one. We're gonna go over all of the uncommons I ever used on my account and which I think are the most important ones. Because there was a time when I was playing the game where Dungeons 20 was the maximum where you would go, and I was looking for budget champions to use and feature through my videos to get some unique, like a unique aspect of beating a dungeon with a champion that was never used before, because rares were done, epics were done, legendaries of course were done in terms of beating dungeons, and Dungeons 20 was the maximum challenge at the time. Then Dungeons 25 came and that basically cut the potential of many uncommons. Maybe not so much for my beloved Armiger, but everyone else pretty much lost their touch. And we're gonna go and have a look at all the uncommons I have on the account and some of the commons as well, maybe, to just see on where that potential came with everything. So let's go and let's include my vaults and try and see what I have available. So let's get started. Incubus, this was just made for fun. There was no potential out of this guy. His multipliers kind of suck. He does have a triple hitting A2 skill, which resets the cooldown if the target is killed. Not very possible combinations where you can use this. Maybe if you push your multipliers a little bit too much, you can do something about it, but the multipliers on this skill is like a 1.4, so you have like tremendous amounts of attack. Maybe that can kill actually something, but it's not likely the case, and you do need to get like an extra turn for it to be like really beneficial. So out of all of them, I'll give this guy like a C. All right, let's go with A being the top, okay, not S and all that stuff. Then in terms of how much fun Commander is, this is a highly recommended uncommon. If you're still struggling with Banner Lords, you should definitely check out Commander. I'm not even joking with this one. You don't need crazy gear. She's the support, right? She will be your healer. You can book her out with copies of her. Stun on the A1, not that great chance, but still it's a stun. If you're pushing faction wars, you can use her and eventually you'll get a stun. All right, A2 is where she becomes special. With a relentless set, if you have it available, just mix and match, you can actually get this going quicker than the 3-turn cooldown when fully booked. So you heal the ally, and if it completely heals that ally also gets a big chunk of his turn meter filled. It's not max turn meter or whatever it is called, like what Cardinal does. It's a full turn meter, so enemies will take a turn before you if they have full turn meter. So if you look at their bar and it's yellow, she will not be like jumping ahead with this skill, with this healing skill on your allies. I tried it in arena, I tested it, it didn't work, but it's still a fun skill to use. It does get you that extra, you know, potential to push, or like when your champion with the lowest health gets healed, he goes to full. You use this as a way to get their turn meter back to full and get them going again. Their cooldowns are reduced because they take a turn. Very, very cool. Outlaw Monk, he's like the MVP of a brand new account. If you don't use an Outlaw Monk, if you want to do like a challenge yourself, you make a referral or whatever, you want to use Outlaw Monk, use him in the clan boss, you'll get some damage going with his A2 skill with the 2 poison debuffs on the target for 2 turns. 3-turn cooldown. This is very strong for clan boss actually, and can be used for quite a while, even on hard difficulty on clan boss. You can definitely use this guy. Level 50 is the maximum I would take him. Level 60, not so much, because, well, there's better alternatives nowadays. We didn't even have Frozen Banshee back then. So let's go over to the next one, Sniper. Sniper, I basically leveled this one up just for the showcase in arena with a double hitting AoE attack with a solid multiplier. I think it's like a 2.1, so she hits twice. It's a maybe it's actually higher than 2.1, but it's a good multiplier. She does solid amount of damage. She's got an A1 as well that can do something, you know, but mostly for her A2 is what I showcased her with, and she did some good damage, I'm gonna be honest. And then Battle Sister. Why would I ever use Battle Sister? I don't think anybody else used her. The reason that I did this was basically I was looking at the different uncommons, and many have unique kits like Commander has, okay, and even Outlaw Monk with the unique poisons, I mean, for an uncommon. But Battle Sister, why is she so good? Because of this skill right here. Attacks one enemy, 15% chance of removing one runner buff from the target. This attack is always critical. So what I did for that video is I boosted her crit damage, give her 0 crit rate, and basically tried my luck with this in terms of doing big numbers. Of course you would get big numbers if you just get to max everything, but it was a fun thing to do with an uncommon, and that was the theme for that video. Then we had Windtalker. Windtalker was basically like a support that I built for pushing dungeons. I was trying to do dungeons 20 and all. Not that special in what he has available. He has a 2-turn cooldown heal. That was the only thing special about him, plus an increased defense buff. So if you're looking for ways to stay alive a little bit longer, looking for heals, you would use this guy. But again, not that special for anything else. Maybe Faction Wars again, but again, don't take him to 60s. No chance he's useful. Zephyr Sniper, much better than anyone would expect. The way that I used her was basically for her AoE A1, and I used her as a tank because she's defensive based. I used her as a tank for Spider 20, where she would get a counter attack going and getting to full health with a lifesteal set that worked very well with Zephyr Sniper. Made it work for me, and she was a lot of fun to use. And that was pretty much it. But in terms of overall usefulness after that, I wouldn't consider it amazing because it's just an A1 that's an AoE really. Then Outrider, just showcased him just yesterday again. Big numbers, big multipliers in the A2, A3, very strong AoE attack. Overall, I like this hero, especially Barbarians seem to have very good uncommons, but this guy I mean felt a little bit more special. And then let's have a look at Shieldguard. I even have him still with some good gear. Maybe I can show you guys this guy in the end, but some good gear that can move around. Look at the speed there, 242, 250 crit damage, 3,800 defense. I mean, this guy, come on guys. Let's go into stage 6. I wonder of Nightmare. If he can do it, then we are set to go. I think I've done it in a showcase before with a lifesteal set. It took a little bit longer, but I think I've done it with a lifesteal set and him. So I wonder if this is gonna work. Let's say we have some food here as well. Maybe that helps with targeting. Let's go in there and see. Maybe he does it again with the amount of speed that he has. Look at that. Gets a crit. Is he gonna get another turn? Is he gonna get hit? Smacked. All right, we get a bonus turn. Do we have the mastery that gives me extra turn meter? He's doing it though. He's clearing it, but he is dropping a little bit low. I think if I had the shield, yeah, the weak hits there are not fun. If I had the shield mastery, this would have been way better. Because look at how low we're gonna drop now. 2, 3. She's gonna go some solid damage. Okay, we get some turn meter. We kill her. And are we gonna do this? I think we're gonna do this. I don't think he has enough time. If that was a weak hit, maybe we would have an issue. But look at that. Shieldguard clears stage 6 of the Nightmare with insane gear. I don't want to see the comments, guys. Please be reasonable this time. But Shieldguard just does it. I mean, with godly gear, pretty much any damage dealer can do it. But it's always fun to see another common do it because it's extra special. He's so good because of the A2, right? A2 fills this turn meter when he gets a crit for each critical hit. So if there's 5 targets, he gets 100% turn meter. That works very well in other situations where there's no 4 targets, right? Because 4 targets, that's 80% turn meter. Not ideal, but still very strong. 2-turn cooldown only. So he goes fast. He does damage based on his defense, so he's tanky. You saw how he survived. And he can also cleanse debuffs each turn that he takes. That's pretty cool. Then Elfguard, she was like MVP for my Fire Knight 20 team, my Spider 20 team, those, and I think my Ice Golem 20 team with the uncommons, because she was so good of this skill right here. Decreases the enemy's current turn meter by 50%. This is very unique, guys. Current turn meter is what exactly you see on the screen. So if you see the boss's turn meter at 50%, she would take it down to 25. If the boss was 100, she would take it down to 50. So that is why this was very strong for Spider 20. And I did utilize this instead of multiple Armigers. I wanted to use non-dupes, and I would use Elfguard for the showcase. You can also apply decreased attack there, the small version. That was pretty cool. Then we have Saurus. Saurus was also like the first ever uncommon I took to 60 because he was my not nightmare, brutal campaign farmer. Multiple AoE attacks through his skills and made it possible with not so crazy gear to be able to do like a 6-second farm for pushing brutal and getting your champions leveled up. Very strong. I wouldn't necessarily do this again on if I made like a new account, because you just use your the one of the 4 rares, the starter hero that you get, right? You use that, it won't be 6 seconds, only can be 6 seconds with godly gear, with the starter rares, and just use Saurus, and he's actually pretty cool. Very bad stats though, like overall. Look at that speed, 83 speed, kind of bad. And of course Armiger, I don't even think I need an introduction about this guy. A1 decreased terror meter, A2 enemy max HP. He's still used in some dungeons, can be used in stage 25 with a specific comp for Sand Devil. So definitely still strong and #1 uncommon in the game, no doubt. Outlander, I did not showcase this guy. No, I think I did not showcase him recently. Two hitting A1 and AoE A2 with decreasing the terror meter. Pretty strong, can be used for something like the Fire Knight to get it down. I think I did use him for Fire Knight 20. Then we have Sister Militant, just AoE. I used her in like a very fun comp. You should check it out. It's very different with commons because you can't even give them ascensions, so they're even weaker. Death Hound, this was just a meme, but he does do damage that ignores defense, right, when he hits. So 100% ignore on his attacks is quite strong. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense plus applies a poison. Can be strong as well. Jaeger here, I did showcase him in a what's it called, Dark Fae Doom Tower team. I don't think he was level 50, might have been level 50. The reason for that was basically the freeze debuff that he can apply. So it was a combo with Dark Elhain, where she would proc from the enemy team Jaeger, so my copy, and that copy would hit me and I would get wrecked, frozen, and my own Dark Elhain would proc and start doing AoEs and killing the enemy. So that was pretty cool. Then multiple copies of Armigers, you know, my videos, guys. So many Armigers. This one, yeah, these are just food champions. So this is all the uncommons and commons I leveled up throughout. Maybe I've done showcases in the past on test server with other uncommons, but these are the actual ones I have on the account that I'm proud of, and they have unique kits. That's why I showcase them. I know there's other uncommons as well in the game that could see some potential. I think one of them is called I forgot the name. I think Dervish, I think. I heard she had like a really high multiplier, but a really long cooldown, like a 3-turn cooldown. If I compare it to the 2-turn cooldown that Outrider had for yesterday's video, I mean, it's very obvious you want to be using one that has a lower cooldown, even if the multiplier is kind of the same, maybe even higher. I still think, you know, having a lower cooldown is better for just more consistent damage for a prolonged fight instead of like one single target burst. So overall, I do love uncommons. I wish we had more, but I understand that Plarium doesn't want to be promoting using the free heroes because then they're missing out on money, right? So there's 100% chance that they won't be adding more soon. Maybe with like a new faction in the future, like with Sylvan Watchers, we got like 2 new uncommons that were decent, kind of decent. So we might have something like that in the future. But until then, yeah, this was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will try to put some clips together for the video with some editing so you guys can see what I'm talking about in terms of the uncommons. Thank you all. Definitely check out all the other videos. If you type in uncommon and cold brew on the search bar for YouTube, you'll find those videos for sure. If you search it through my own channel, you'll find them, and you can check them out on by yourself. They were a ton of fun. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.